We marched that day, towards the Houses of Parliament, leaving the square outside the Tate Britain and forming a procession along the Thames. Someone had brought branches to the protest, green and freshly coppiced from a managed wood, and we held them aloft like we were extras from Macbeth, converging on Dunsinane. As a line of figures dressed in red, the iconic and oft-photographed Red Rebel Brigade, a collective performance protest devised by circus artists Doug Francisco and Justine Squire. The group are a common feature at Extinction Rebellion protests. Moved past, we stopped, marking their slow, silent choreography. Smoke bombs exploded outside the Department of Transport. I looked upwards as purple and pink clouds swelled in the sky above us. Rage pounded in my heart, rage and exhilaration. The emotional score of the protest, and soaring above it all, sweet as lark, joy. No one tells you before you take to the street for the first time how much joy there is in protest, but you feel it the moment you slip into the crowd and shove the sign you made from an old bit of cereal box in the air above your head. Artist and activist Fahinti Balagan once likened a protest to being at a gig by your favorite band, standing shoulder to shoulder with those who share what you're passionate about, raising your voice to join the chant everyone else is singing. I wonder, too, if, like the crowd in an auditorium, our heartbeats began to synchronize, as if we were no longer a group of individuals, but a single vast body. When you think of art, you might not imagine a scene like this. You might instead think of a gallery's flawless white walls. In a library, a "Silence Please" notice hanging from the door. The red velvet curtain in a theater that marks the drama's edge. You might think of art that is, and it so often is, roped off from the everyday, kept behind plate glass in halls at once astonishing and fearful in their grandeur. To become an artist so often, it seems, is to join a rarefied sphere, removed from the terrain where the political battles of the day play out, and although so many artists have professed their desire to make change, the mystery of how art moves us might infuriate those driven to direct action, feeling history slip through their fingers as artists talk smoothly over glasses of champagne at press nights and private views. But there is an edgeland where art and activism meet, sharing the hope that to articulate human circumstances is a means of improving them. Art, in its truest sense, is not something neatly circumscribed, cut off from the rough and tumble of politics, but intimately woven into the ways we negotiate the society we wish to live in. Throughout history, artist-activists have slipped between both spheres, as if art and activism were on the same continuum, their art not distinct from their direct action, but integral to it. In the most direct examples, artists become activists by joining protest movements, bringing their creativity to give shape and form to the political demands they make. If we seek out the march, we will find them there, amid the placards, the steel drums, and the figures dressed in red. By evening it had begun to rain. We occupied a street in Westminster, the tarmac we sat on turning slick and luminous with the city lights. A samba band played, and at either end of the street 2 bamboo tripods stood, protesters perched at their apex, 10 feet overhead. No traffic could pass. Police officers lined the railings, faces inscrutable.